Good evening. Welcome to the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. I'm your host, Leon Jones. And in this segment, I'm going to talk about a site analysis. Now, as you all are aware, there was a collapse of a 12-story building in the Florida area. And as a civil engineer, I'm going to talk about forensic engineering, probably do that tomorrow. But tonight, I just want to give you an overview of what a site analysis is. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen. Go ahead and bring my picture over here. Now, what you're seeing is information that I got from a course that I took over at Ivy Tech. It is DESN 204, Architectural Design 2. It's a great course. In that course, you expand on the principles that you learn in Architectural Design 1. Now, here I'm going to talk about a site analysis. Now, again, when we deal with a site analysis, basically dealing with the process of studying and evaluating existing site and what's on the existing site. We're going to look at criteria. And some of the criteria we're going to look at are in terms of environmental and even weather related, like solar orientation, prevailing wind, access and transport. We're also going to take a look at current context, noise and pollution. And also when we deal with a site survey, there's landforms such as trees and buildings, and of course, slopes. Now, why do we use a site analysis? Well, when you do business and you want to find out who your competition is, you do a SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Now, when we do a site analysis, we're basically doing the same thing. Now, before you even design a building, a site analysis must be completed before any development can commence. Now, within a site development, two major groups. You have the climate responsive design, and of course, you have the site specific variables. Now, let's go through the flow chart. First, you define the project. Then you go through what the research. The research is the site analysis, and of course, we have the budget. We have the concept and the simulation. Now, of course, before we hit the decision box in the flow chart, we get down there, it's no, we come back, start the process over again. If it's yes, you get a satisfactory result, and then we go to the design. Now, something I mentioned earlier, talked about solar orientation. Well, basically, we're dealing with the sun. We're using a sun path diagram. And the sun path diagram's use is to determine the seasonal and hourly position change of the sun. In other words, we have 4 seasons. The sun is in a different position during every season. And it's also useful when it comes to where we're going to orientate the building. And why is that important? Because you want natural heat and you want natural air to help keep your heating and air conditioning bill down, because utilities are going up. Now, what I'm telling you with the solar orientation, it's useful in determining the period of the year and hours of the day when shading will take place at your location. Again, dealing with solar orientation, we're taking full advantage of passive solar design features. And of course, what we're doing with solar orientation and what we want to do is increase the energy efficiency. Also involved with solar orientation is spatial arrangement, orientation, window placement, daylight access, energy saving. Now, beware of microclimate and surroundings. Now, of course, if you want to know where I got all the information from, I have the links right at the bottom of the PowerPoint. You can click on the links. Now, something else we have to deal with as well, prevailing wind. And what happens with prevailing wind? Passive systems are employed inside the building, such as natural ventilation. Natural ventilation saves energy, it lowers cost. Occupants of the building get more comfort. You have airflow in the building, which decreases pollutants, particularly in a space that's exponentially sustaining when it comes to the health of the residents of a building. And you also get the enhancement of indoor air quality. Means you get fresh air inside the building. Again, beware of microclimate and surroundings. Now, something else that we have to analyze when we do a site analysis, access and transport. You need quality transportation to get around to different areas, particularly if you live in the city. So you have what we call multimodal transportation choice, and that reduces motor vehicle use, reduces pollution, promotes walkability, and you also enjoy the livelihood of being out in the nature. Now, current context. When you design with respect to the context of density, material, form, color, zoning, condition of existing buildings, and of course, surroundings of the site. And as you see the pictures, once you complete everything, you want sustainability, blending in, and everything is going to green buildings right now. The biggest thing, though, you must reduce is noise and pollution, because noise and pollution leads to many chronic and socially significant impacts, because unwanted sound or noise can damage physiological health. Noise pollution is also associated with several health conditions like cardiovascular disorders, hypertension, high stress levels, hearing loss, sleep disorders. Again, the sources come from traffic, construction job sites, zonings near airports, factories. Now, if you're interested in architecture, here's some of your architecture symbols. You have your shape and color, your arrows, your line weight, and of course, your line type. Once again, when we deal with what we call the site analysis, we're basically dealing with the process of studying and evaluating the existing site regarding the criteria such as solar orientation, prevailing wind, access and transport, current context, noise and pollution, and of course, we say site survey. And on that site survey, we have our slopes, we have our landforms, trees, and buildings. Now that concludes this segment from the Mind of STEM channel, where you get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. If you like what I just presented, please subscribe, share, and like the videos. And if you're looking for more political content, check me out on the 401 Talk Zone radio show. And if you want some deep content, check me out on Blog Talk Radio. Now, if you cannot find me on YouTube or Blog Talk Radio, I'm out there on Twitter, me, we, and of course, Parler. Back 215-383-5785 is the number to dial into my Blog Talk Radio show. Again, thank you for listening to the Mind of STEM channel. On this channel, get your daily dose of science, technology, engineering, and math. Till next time, my name is Leon Jones. I want you to have a wonderful and gracious evening. God bless you. And of course, a pleasant good night.